Now, Tucker Carlson is back to his own shtick, getting in on some of this stuff, pretending to be dumb the way he always is. I don't know anything. I don't know anything, but I think that the official report's not accurate. So now Tucker Carlson, who, again, he spoke such a beautiful eulogy, or I guess you would call it eulogy, at Charlie's memorial. And now he's sitting down with Theo Von and basically saying that he's with Candace. All these inconsistencies about Egyptian planes. He doesn't believe the official federal investigation narrative, which again, we've went over multiple times, why the federal government is not going to give us all the information because they're building a case against Tyler Robinson. I am going on tour this spring to Houston on March 21st, Dallas on March 22nd. We're also heading over to Chicago, Oakmont Theater in the Pittsburgh area, Arlington, Virginia, New York City, Los Angeles, Clearwater, Florida. Hit the pinned comment down below. Get your tickets now. It's gonna be a fun night. I'll be having some conversations about my new book, Godly Ambition, really getting over some of the victim mentality and what does it look like to steward our time, talent, and treasure for the Lord, and a live podcast answering your guys' questions. So all the dates and tickets are available now. Get them now before they sell out. Okay, listen to Tucker just, oh man, I can't believe this is where we are.
And I love his wife and know his wife well. And so I feel...
Like, I wonder how you feel about what his wife just said on Fox News, blasting everybody, pushing this. If you love his wife well, Tucker.
Emotional about it. So, I just haven't wanted everything to do with it. But I will say a couple of things. I don't understand the official story.
This is I don't understand. I'm a big dumb guy. I don't understand anything. You understand. You understand that there's monetization happening of this in the 8 figures. You should of all people, Tucker, you should understand.
Of his assassination,
I don't understand it, and I want to make sure that there is a truly rigorous and honest federal investigation of it. And I'm definitely concerned about that. A. B. I think that I don't know many of the details, but I know that recently Candace said that Egyptian registered aircraft were following Erica Kirk, Charlie's widow, around for a number of years in different places in the world. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard, and I just want to say that is factually true.
Okay, so I believe Steven Crowder did pretty in-depth analysis on the Egyptian plane theory, and how Candace even fumbled the basic time zones that these airplanes were flying in. So factually true that there was airplanes in the same airports that they traveled in. It's not a smoking gun that Egypt, on behalf of Israel, was in on this thing, or that Charlie Kirk's team was in on this thing.
That's true. So that's like the one data point that I happen to know is true. What does that mean? I have literally no idea. I can't even guess, but that's very, very strange.
And what is Egyptian? It could mean aircrafts from Egypt. Who knows?
I think that they were registered in Egypt.
Got it.
And but that fact is true. So and it also her claim that there were kind of a disproportionately large number of foreign registered cell phones at the event.
There's 3,000 people at the event. There's going to be people from other countries at a high-profile event like this.
That's also true. So what does that add up to? I don't know, but it means that, the FBI has a moral and legal obligation to look in every direction and to...
In a second, I'm going to show you guys how the FBI goes about stuff like this, but because it's not that complicated. It really isn't, right? And again, Tucker's doing this, I'm a big dummy. I don't know anything a bit that he does.
Be open-minded as you would in any investigation, in journalism, in science. It's all the same process. I don't know the answer, and I'm going to sift through everything as open-mindedly as I can, as honestly as I can, to get to what the truth is. That's science, that's law enforcement, that's journalism. It's all the same. That's justice. And I just want to make sure that is happening, and I just don't have a ton of confidence in the FBI or the men who run it.
I don't have a ton of confidence in the FBI or the men that run it. Now, let me give you guys a better explanation of someone that actually comes from this world and explains to us how and why the FBI isn't going to give all the details to the public. Okay, so I referenced this video before. Really go show some love to my man. What do you mean? He actually has a great video explaining how Candace has been using cult-like tactics for a while. This is him sitting down with my other friend, Jay Warner Wallace, who's the author of Cold Case Christianity. They're going over how investigations actually work and amazing conversation. So check this out for those of you guys that are like, well, I don't understand this and I don't understand that. Listen to an actual detective. J. Warner Wallace is an actual investigative detective, and he explains all this so brilliantly.
So here's the California jury instructions related to this term speculation. It is, you do not allow jurors to speculate. You know that every case, like I suggested, is going to have unanswered questions. So let's say, imagine you've got a puzzle, okay, and there's a 100-piece puzzle. And so now there's like 3 empty pieces. Well, all of the sophisticated conspiracy theories, you'll say, let's just take, we've got a ton of conspiracy theories that are in circulation right now as you and I talk. And they're always going to focus on the missing 3 puzzle pieces, which is exactly what this jury instruction is telling jurors not to do. You can build any inference from the other 97 pieces, but you cannot focus on the missing 3 and say, I wonder if, isn't it possible that, take that stuff out of your vocabulary. Because that you cannot focus on the missing 3 pieces. But if you're online and you're an influencer and you're trying to, posit a conspiracy theory that's going to draw thousands of clicks, you're either going to have to do one of 2 things: argue that the evidence that's been presented so far is untrue, can't trust it, right? Or you're going to work in the missing 3 pieces. We haven't seen anything over here. This is why.
Okay, so I love that he said that speculation is not evidence. You can speculate, pontificate, come up with theories, all sorts of stuff. And we saw Candace do that. I mean, we literally talked about multiple shooters. We talked about the French Brigade. We talked about the shot coming up from underneath. I mean, there's everything in the name of just asking questions. And when it comes to the evidence and why is more not put out there, J. Warner Wallace puts it this way. Check it out.
As an investigator, I don't want the public to know anything about my case. Anything. If I've started collecting evidence, and I've got 10 pieces now, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't know who the guy is yet, but I do have 10 good pieces of evidence. And I'm now stuck. I'm reaching a point where I need some help. Like maybe I have a video, and I'd like to know who this guy is. Probably somebody knows. Let's take that one of the 10 pieces I've collected so far. That's one piece of evidence. Let's put that online. Let's go to the public with that one piece. And sure enough, you go to the public with that one piece, and he gets identified. Great. That video did turn the tables, right? Because his dad saw the video. Okay, so this is what's very helpful. Now, I've also got another 9 set of pieces of evidence so far. And I have not told the public about those. There's no need to. That one piece did its job. I've now got the suspect identified. Now I'm still working hard. I've got another 400 pieces of evidence I've collected. How much of that have I told the public about? Zero. Why would I tell the public about any of that? Once I got the guy identified and he's in custody, I've caught him, I have one more event in this case, the trial. That's it. Yeah. The investigation's over. The arrest is over. I'm down to prosecution now. You'll hear about it if you want to televise the investigation, the prosecution, the trial. But otherwise, I'm not going to say anything about those pieces. Now, what I've created in the public's eye is a bunch of unanswered questions. Where's the autopsy report? Oh, they're not releasing the autopsy report. That seems a bit odd. No, that's not unusual. That's every case I've ever worked. If I didn't need to have a video out there to identify my suspect, I'm not telling anything to anybody until we go to trial. Sometimes that trial, by the way, is 4 years downstream from the arrest. I've had a couple of those.
And so why is this significant? This is significant because Tucker Carlson's I don't have confidence in the FBI, Candace Owens, they don't understand that just asking these questions of stuff that the FBI may be intentionally withholding because perhaps there was a accomplice after the fact. Perhaps there was a group of people online that could have known about it before the fact. All kinds of different stuff, right? In that, if you're just giving everyone everything, if the FBI was doing that, you're now potentially giving the defense how to build their case in Tyler Robinson's favor. And what they don't understand, and that people are like, how can they be messing with the case? They don't understand that Tucker, that Candace, that Ian could potentially be poisoning the jury pool. Because if this doesn't go out until a year down the road or the trial doesn't start till later, and now you have only, I think they said 25% or 30% of the population believing the official narrative, you've now poisoned the jury pool. And God forbid, the actual person who did this, Tyler Robinson, by all measurable accounts, the radicalized leftist that was dating a trans furry boyfriend, actually could get off. Like that, I think they don't understand the weight and what they're actually playing with regards to the situation in the name of it being content and clicks and ad revenue and brand deals. And that's why I find it just gross. Like I find it repeatedly gross that this is what now everyone on the woke right is resorting to. Not to mention, Candace repeatedly being caught in lies and then just moving on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And honestly, I think people are getting tired of it. I don't know how folks keep showing up and watching this over and over again. I think people are getting tired of it, but maybe I'm wrong. I want to know what you guys think about that. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you liked it, then hit the like button. If you liked it a lot and have a thought to share, leave a comment. If you are listening to this on the podcast app, make sure to leave a review, and you could even leave a comment over there. And if you want to watch another video that is recommended just for you, hit this video over here. Let me know if they nailed it. Also, you can partner with us monthly, which helps us out a lot in our monthly community, get access to early drops and all that kind of good stuff over here. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.